So let's go ahead and set up our server to use these other external time sources. First, we'll check to see if NTP is actually running on our system, and there's a couple of different ways we can do that. One, we can use the netstat command. Netstat will let me know what ports are actually being used at the moment, and NTP listens on port 123 over UDP. So I could type NULP and I can grep for 123. And that comes back and gives me nothing, which means NTP is not up and listening. Next thing I can do is I can run the service command here and type NTP D, because it is a daemon on the system, and ask for its status. And it comes back and says it's stopped. Another way, that service command is typical of a Red Hat system. You won't find that in every distribution. So another way you can do it is to actually go into the init.d directory and start the service that way. So etc init.d and ntpd. Right, that'd be a more traditional way to do it. And I can say start from here. Now I'll run that netstat command again. And sure enough, we can see NTP is up and it's listening. We can actually see what servers we're working with if I type NTPQ and put NP. Now the reason I put the N here is so it doesn't go out and resolve the names, because that takes time. Anytime you want a name resolution to take place, it's going to take a little bit longer. So putting the N there stops that. NTP NP. Clear my screen. And there are our time sources so far, and this is telling me right here that we're connected to Stratum 2 time servers. So there's one above that. These devices right here are connected to Stratum 1 time servers, and if I configure my time server right now to use these, then I would be a Stratum 3 time server on my network. Top Stratums typically reliable, and as you'll see as we go through this, NTP is very dynamic. It's always checking. As a matter of fact, eventually what it will do is it will choose one of these servers as the best time server. And it's going to base that on information that it's finding over here. How many times has it reached it? Then the information about the delay, offset, and jitter. This is all ways it configures who is the best time server that it's connected to. I'm going to leave this running so we can actually see changes take place as we're going on here. So I'll leave this screen over here, and what I'll do is switch over to another screen, and now I'm going to add those new time servers to our file. So I'll do a vi etc ntp.conf, open that up, and you can see right here there are currently three servers that we're dealing with. And what I'll do is I'll go down to the bottom, whoops, here, and I'll put in server, and then I'm going to put 3 of those in there. And what I'll do is I'm just going to cut and paste these names out of here, make it much easier on me. So I'll come in here, copy, and say paste, and here, copy, and I got to get it back up here. Okay, all right, so we've added our 3 new time sources. So what we have to do is, first of all, save the file. So we have to save the file, not that one. That'll quit and get out of it. We want to save the file. And next, we have to actually restart the service. So we'll do init.d, NTP, and we'll say restart. All right, and then we'll go back over to this window here, and I'll up arrow again, once again, and we can see immediately that we have more time servers available to us. And we can see that, and this is interesting, because up here, if we looked up here, this one originally was pointing and saying it was a Stratum 2. We haven't changed that. We've only added 3 more, which probably these 3 right down here. But you'll notice all of a sudden this one switched to Stratum 1. And it's actually saying it's connected to, Stratum 1 is connected to a clock that is using GPS to get its time. So it's interesting how you can see how dynamically it's changing. Now, once again, as we go through this, it will, every time I up arrow, eventually we'll see that it will select one of these as the most accurate time source. All right, so what we'll do next in the next little video is we'll set this server up to be a time server for our network and then tell another device on our network to connect to it.